What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Now today we are back here with a long-awaited podcast episode reaction here to the great man Rohit Sharma on the Club Prairie Fire podcast. It's actually one of the new hottest cricketing podcasts right now. Fingers crossed we're allowed to upload my reactions to it all and all of that good stuff. As usual, original link always in the description. Go show some love to the original. This should be fun. India captain Rohit Sharma joins the boys here on the podcast, goes for almost an hour. So get your snacks, get your mum, get your dad. We're going to sit down and watch this one together. I'm going to try and not do much pausing because I want to try and upload it all in one video instead of two parts. Subscribe if you're new, leave a like, comment down below. Let's get into it. Rohit Sharma, let's go. Just, I've got this first part muted, but yes, these are the lads who podcast.
And welcome to the number one cricket podcast.
The number one.
Top three cricketing nations in the world.
Oh my.
Ireland, the Netherlands, and yes, still Mauritius. This
What?
is Club Prairie Fire, home to tequila, Tabasco, and the Ducky Louie Sternies on the upper thigh. Now, today's podcast, well, I'll be honest, I'm a little nervous. In terms of high-ranking officers in the world of bat and ball, it's fair to say the captain of the Indian cricket team is number one. And guess what? Yep, you wouldn't bloody believe it. He is on our little podcast today. Not sure how Gilly has jagged this one, but make no mistake, it is a biggie. So let's not waste any time. Let me bring in the rest of this motley crew. Firstly, a great man who captained England 113 times in all formats. Most memorably, those 2 times in T20s. It's Michael Ball.
Boo! Yo, they put Gilly on there.
Great man who was backup Aussie captain who led Australia 23 times in all formats for only 5 very, very unlucky losses. Adam Gilchrist.
Woo! Gilly!
A very average man who has never captained anything ever. Even when solo sailing his own boat, he still considers himself the first mate. It's Ollie Silverton. Ollie, welcome, gents. How are you all?
Yeah, good.
What an introduction.
Nice start. Now, keep rolling, Prof. Keep rolling.
Right. Well, let's get this.
Bring on the hitman.
We better not keep him waiting. Fresh off hitting an easy 105 off 63 deliveries against the Chennai Super Kings. Fresh off smashing England 4-1 in a test series. Fresh off announcing he is setting his sights on the 2027 ODI World Cup. That's right, folks. As the 1992 AB Logic song told us, watch out for the hitman. It's the captain of the Indian cricket team. It's Rohit Sharma.
Woo! Hitman Sharma. Where is he? Get him on the big screen.
Right.
Get him on the big screen.
Welcome.
Where is he?
I'm saying Kepke. Kepke to you, mate. And you know what that means. No one else does.
What does it mean?
There's a lot of fans out there that have always wondered what Kepke meant, but brilliant to have you, buddy. Mate, another IPL, another century, the 506 in T20. Going well on the field. There's not much happening off the field for you, mate. Nice quiet time. Just you're getting to relax in between games.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, I've got a lot of time in my hands these days. Just spending a lot of time with my family. Staying at home, actually. Last 4 games that we played at Mumbai, I was at home.
Take that.
Yeah.
And just coming an hour before we get together as a team for a little team meeting. So it's been good. It's been a little different, but it's been good. I've enjoyed
very
my game.
nice. Yeah, well, you looked very relaxed at the crease the other night for that 100 that the Prof mentioned. Hey, mate, I got a bit of a bone to pick with you. I got you your hat, your Club Prairie Fire hat, and I thought it was going to be unreal that for the first time, our guest would be wearing
The merchandise.
cap. I did message you just half an hour ago, say, have you got your cap? And you said, well, what'd you say?
Doesn't fit my head.
Yes! No!
Doesn't fit your head. Now, this is the issue, Ro.
He's got a big head.
Since you're a 20-year-old, we played together at the first edition of the IPL. You were a young, innocent boy there from Mumbai that was out there wielding the willow. I'm a bit concerned. Since then, you've achieved a little bit in cricket. And more recently, you've been hanging out with Ed Sheeran. So
yeah, we did see that.
It's getting too big, buddy.
We seen that.
That cap used to fit you.
Yeah, hey.
Tell us about Ed Sheeran. What was that like?
That was a good episode.
That was good.
That was good.
My good friend Gaurav Kapoor
Gaurav.
who does a lot of these kind of talk shows. Is also very good friends with my wife as well, and knows my in-laws really well as well.
Okay.
So he asked us if we could join. It'll be a nice chat.
Yeah.
You know, Gaurav. Most of you guys probably.
Yeah. Breakfast with
what you do
champions.
as well.
Come on.
Yep.
We know the man.
Very relaxed chat. We sat in the nice little restaurant in
Mumbai.
central Mumbai, and I thought, okay, why not? I stay again. My house was literally 2 minutes from that place where
Convenient.
we were about to catch up and have a chat.
Thought, why not?
And yeah, he knows a lot about cricket. To be honest, I was quite surprised the knowledge that he had.
Eddie boy.
And the recent test series that we played followed a bit as well. So, yeah, I was quite surprised with that. With the lifestyle these guys have, they're always on the road, so busy. But in all of that, he had time to catch up to this test series as well. So we had a little bit of chat about, the test series and things that is going to happen in the next few years in terms of cricket for us. And then he was telling me about where he was going to go and stuff like that. So it was good. It was nice, casual chat. It was good.
Yeah, great to have you on the pod. Thanks for joining. Just on the test series, Ed Sheeran, did he...
Alrighty now, we're just going to have to get our first little pause out of the way. Michael Vaughan, my man, you were captain of England. You're one of the all-time greats of that country. I'm sure you've got, I don't want to assume, but I'm sure you've got some nice pocket change that you can spread and splash potentially on a new microphone. I don't know what's going on the ears here, mate. This looks half broken. It sounds like you're potentially using the microphone through the computer, which we all know doesn't last that long. So someone get this man a new microphone, please.
Say that we're lucky as well, like the rest of
My ears.
No, I mean, he the knowledge that he has, obviously, I was quite intrigued by the stuff that he was talking about. He was quite interested about, what this baseball means.
It means a load of crap.
Actually, to hear from the opposition captain, because he said he's been hearing from the English captain for a while now, so he wanted to understand what it is for the opposition captain.
Yeah.
And I told him, I think baseball is not about how they play, it's about how they talk off the field.
Oh, a bit of talk.
Off,
It's all just a bit of
take that
talk.
pressure off from each individual.
Yeah, true.
I guess, yeah. So he wanted to know more about, what it is like when you are in front of those situations where these people are trying to smash you all over the park. I said there was no smashing. It was reasonably
Easy.
played like test cricket for most times in the series. But yeah, there were a couple of guys who did put us under pressure, which was quite good to see because I've seen only few guys who have come and done that. Yourself,
Gilly boy.
2000, Hayden,
Matty Hayden.
and then Kevin Peterson in 2012, and then these two guys are actually not that people have not got 100, but the way they got 100 is what sometimes can put the captains under pressure.
That Ollie Pope 100.
Yeah, it did put me under pressure a little bit, I'm not going to deny, but it was good to come out on the top at the last day of the test series.
That's right. That's all that matters.
Yeah, indeed. The scary thing about that, Ro, it sounds like you're actually vindicating baseball and you're supporting it. So we'll edit that out. Don't worry.
Don't edit that out.
Say something, mate?
Yes, Rohit, I watched the episode. It's called Breakfast with Champions.
Yeah.
Very good. They had a lazy 1.4 million hits, which we don't really get anywhere near that. Two things I noticed, though,
Happens.
Rohit. One was that they didn't serve any breakfast. I noticed that your arms were getting folded more and more. Were you hoping they would serve breakfast at the Breakfast of Champions?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was hoping they would serve something. Although it was not a breakfast time, it was literally 4 o'clock in the evening.
Yeah.
So Yeah, but the show is called Breakfast with Champions.
A little snack.
Yeah, it was not breakfast time because most of us are not up by the breakfast time.
Really? Come on, man. What are you doing?
Gilly is quite aware of that.
Yeah. Well, the other thing,
sorry, Prof. When I did one of those with Gorev quite a few years ago, and we actually had a beer at breakfast. It was breakfast time, and funnily enough, we did have a beer. So,
Beauty.
Yeah, you got to be versatile in these.
Yeah, no, of course. It's all the versatility.
The other thing, Rowan, I noticed the last question he asked you was, who's your favourite person to bat with? And you decided not to pick an Indian because that might cause some controversy over there. And the person that you chose is on this podcast.
Yeah.
The professor.
It wasn't Morty. It was Morty's got
Ollie.
Hey, when did we play, Robert? When did we play? So you picked Gilly. Was it great going to the crease with Adam Gilchrist?
I don't think I've batted with him. Maybe once, twice.
There you go.
I was not an opener then, so
I was out by the time you came in.
Yeah, so maybe once. I don't remember, Gilly. Do you remember us batting together?
Yeah, I reckon a couple of short innings.
Little stint.
Yeah, but I was always well and truly out, mate.
Yeah.
I was a middle order batter then, so I had to wait for my turn. We had a great time playing together. It was fun.
The Chargers?
Back in IPL, well, the first three versions of the IPL, wasn't it? It was a different time. What are your recollections of that time for the IPL compared to now? And just for those that aren't aware, the IPL coverage, you've got your host world feed broadcaster, you've got, I think it's Geo are doing the digital streaming in, I think, 15 different languages.
Yeah, which is...
So there's 15 different commentary crews.
That's so good.
Crick Buzz, who we're working with, Vorney, who cover it. Like, the coverage is just extraordinary.
Yeah.
So, and then the social media of all the teams. It's a different world, bro.
Yeah, it is. It is. From when the IPL started to now, it's just gone to the different level in terms of, the TV rights and everything. Like you rightly said, the regional languages is actually doing quite well in India. When Star Sports back in the day, probably 7 or 8 years back, they started Hindi coverage, and they got good response to that. The viewership went high up, and then Jio, obviously, knowing the kind of money they have, obviously they can afford to get as many people on board, and then start as many regional languages as well. And some of it are actually doing quite well. It's gone over the roof, the viewership in a lot of the regional languages. People prefer a lot of these remote places in India. They prefer watching
in the local language
or hearing in their local language, which is why it's doing pretty well.
Yeah.
Yep.
Bro, just before we get on to some more serious cricket questions, you in India, all the players, you seem to get sponsored by everyone. Is there any chance you can sort out my headphones?
Yo, this is what I said. Someone get this guy a new pair.
You got me a headphone sponsor just to replace these ones that broke about 6 weeks ago.
No one from England, man.
Yeah, I can do that.
Oh, he can do that.
Very kind of you.
Yeah,
I need a new car. So. Hey, Ro, one last point about those halcyon days, the early days.
It was a party
of the IPL. Have in the 16 editions since the first one, have you heard a better team song than what we had at the Deccan Chargers?
The Chargers.
Without doubt, that was the best song ever for an IPL team. Do you remember it?
Yeah, I remember a little bit because I've been hearing all of these teams now singing songs, and it's shown on television. Leave alone the social media, but it's been shown on television. But no, I genuinely don't feel that any other teams that are doing the songs now are even close to what we used to do.
Well, Gilly, play that in. We'll edit that in.
Yeah.
Hang on,
Is this the team song? So when you win a game, this is what you used to sing. Is that right?
Oh, we had a bit of that, but I'll just chat amongst yourselves, and I'll get the actual Deccan Chargers theme song.
Okay.
Let me find that. You guys go for it.
I don't know if I can play it.
Yes, go on.
Yeah, while you do that, Rohit, what I do is look at the social media, and we're going to have some very happy people. There were a few comments from last week. One said, can we start this GoFundMe for Michael Vaughan's headset, which was nice to raise some money so he can get some better ones. But a lot of them have been about you. We've got Shivan0264, Brother Rohit, get him on, and then Kira Francis 2689. We want Rohit was the reply. So we're going to keep them very happy. And one has sent a message in, and they are just asking, they say, Mumbai Indians, obviously they're going to win it. This is their logo. What is it that makes them sometimes start a bit slower and then progress through the gears as the tournament goes on?
Yeah, look, I mean, all these years, actually, this has been the story of Mumbai Indians, where we started pretty slow at the start, and then things starts to change. That's, I guess, it's got to do with when you have new players in your squad. It's just about because the captain for the last 10 years was stagnant. The coaches have changed for a few years, but the captain has been stagnant, and I actually went with some kind of thought process, and I wanted to know from the people who come in, I wanted to get them into my thought process, because I know how IPL works and what it needs to be a successful team. So it takes time to get everyone on board and try and make them do something that they are not used to doing. For example, there have been so many cricketers, overseas players, local players who have come into the team, and I know Wankhede Stadium because I've played there, I've grown up there, so I know what works there, what you need to do. For example, in 2013 when I took over, we had Malinga, Mitchell Johnson. Bumrah was in the squad, but he was not Bumrah of today. And then we had Bajji, we had Oja. So that was our main quick. And then we had to work around with the other guys. For example, Mitchell Johnson, we all know, likes to bang in hard on the deck. And I knew it's not going to work at Wankhede. You need to pitch it slightly fuller, get the ball to swing a little bit. So we had to, talk to him and see if we can, try and do something different. Malinga does what Malinga does. There was no talking or anything needed when it came to him.
That does make sense.
And then 2015 we had Mitch McClanagan, who actually
Was pretty good.
Suited quite well for the conditions at Wankhede. So like that we had a lot of overseas players, domestic players, and my process was to just get them on my thinking and what I think is the best, and obviously hear them out, what they want to do as well, and then try and somehow find a balance between a captain and a player, and we come to a conclusion and we try and go and do that. So that's been the big challenge of IPL. Now obviously, since I took over till last year when I was the captain, I'm actually very glad that we all understand that it is not just one person's job to make it through. I needed the support of my support staff around me to make sure that we align to the same thought process of what we want to go out there and do. And right from Ricky Ponting to Mahela Jayawardene, and then now Mark Boucher, they've been all good, and it's been quite supportive from them as well.
Ro, just on T20 cricket, the T20 World Cup's in a couple of months' time. This year's IPL, there seems to be a new movement, particularly with the batting. You look at the Sunrisers getting 288, 277. Do you feel it as a player, and particularly as a captain now going to the World Cup, that the game's just moved on that little bit more so than it was a year ago?
Yeah, 100%. They showed a stat yesterday, day before. from 2008 to 2023, there were only 250 plus score. And in this year, 2024, it's already 4.
Yeah,
plus score.
That's pretty crazy, isn't it?
People are. It's not bad bowling. It's just people coming out with free mindset and smacking it all over the park. It's just that they're not worried about getting out. And that's how T20 cricket should be played these days. You got 7-8 batters now. If you've got 7-8 batters, most of the times you realize that your number 7, number 6 sometimes bat only 5 or 7 balls. The top 4 needs to just go out there and play freely. I do understand of going and assessing the conditions and all of that, but yeah. I mean, if you're in trouble, you're in trouble anyway. So you might as well take those chances up front and put the bowler under pressure straight away.
Yeah, I like that theory. I should have done that a bit more when I played.
Come on, Gilly.
It's interesting that those stats in the last 2 years since the impact player has been introduced.
Yeah.
When there's been a century scored in the first innings prior to the impact player, 75% of the time that team won. But with the impact player last year and this year, only 50% has that team batting first when someone scored 101. So the impact players had a big impact, I guess you could say. Ro, do you think it's a really positive thing, or is it something that's going to hold back the development of potentially, say, all-rounders in Indian cricket?
True, it's a good point.
Yeah, no, I genuinely feel that it is going to hold it back because eventually cricket is played by 11 players, not 12 players. So I feel it's I'm not a big fan of impact player. You're taking out so much from the game just to make it little entertainment for the people around. But if you look genuinely just cricketing aspect of it, I feel obviously guys like I can give you so many examples. Guys like Washington Sundar, guys like Shivam Dubey are not getting to bowl, which for us is not a good thing.
Yeah, no, that's a good point,
but,
because just to pause right here really quick, I just finished before this video making my T20 World Cup predicted squad for Team India, and I had Shivam Dubey and obviously Hardik Pandya in the squad. But it's so hard to decide which one should play, or if you can play both, because Dubey hasn't bowled much. Pandya's bowled a little bit, but it's been very ineffective. So, Dubey, we usually know as an all-rounder. He's only been a late order hitter this season. We haven't seen him bowl. So does that take away a little bit from the real aspirations of Team India, which is to win the World Cup? I don't know. Maybe he does make a great point. As much as I love the impact player for the twist and the theatre of the IPL, I think for a long-term benefit for Team India, I think they got to get rid of it, to be honest. That's a good point by the hitman.
I mean, I don't know what you can do about it, but
get rid of it?
I'm not a fan of it, honestly speaking.
Yeah, just get rid of it.
It is entertaining because
it is.
There is obviously 12 players for you to select from.
Adds an element.
Whoever that impact player is, you can see how the game is going and change it later depending on what you need, what the pitch is behaving. If you bat well, if you don't lose wicket, you can add another bowler. So it gives you an option of having 6 or 7 bowlers.
Advantage.
You don't need that extra batter because a lot of the teams actually up front are batting well, and then you hardly see a number 7, number 8 coming to bat. So you wait.
Sorry to cut you. I agree. I think it added something interesting. I think it's all built for the spectator, for the entertainment product. But I think one of the reasons why T20...
Bro, get Vorney off.
And Vorney, I'd be interested in your opinion on this. There'd been all sorts of, 6-a-side cricket. There was Super 8s in Australia.
Yeah.
But,
the Super 8s?
You're really compromising the fundamentals of cricket.
Yeah, no,
Bro, you said it. It's 11 v 11, and I think why 2020 went well and has been so successful is that it didn't compromise the integrity of the foundations of cricket. 11 on 11, same size field. field restrictions. There was no real gimmick needed. It held its own as a legitimate format of the game. So, I think it's a little bit concerning. Having first been impressed by it, I think time will tell. It's probably not the thing for the future.
Yeah. Robert, obviously T20 World Cup around the corner in June. And a great talking point on this show is who's going to be in the Indian side. I think Vorney and Gilly, you took a guess a couple of weeks back. You did your 11. Now, Rowan, I know you've been probably meeting with Rahul and Ajit Agarkar recently. I thought maybe you could just tell us who your team is right now.
Let us know. Let us know. Is Rinku Singh?
See how we went.
I haven't met anyone.
Oh.
He's not even having discussions.
There was a report about an hour ago that you guys had a meeting in Mumbai last week. No, not real.
What's this?
Ajit Agarkar is somewhere in Dubai playing golf.
What?
Yo! He's got a snorkel and flippers.
That's what I'm saying. Yo, true.
And Rahul Bhai is actually watching his kid
that's all right.
play in Bangalore, and he was in Bombay actually. He was.
Oh, he was.
He got him to play on a red soil wicket here at CCI just to watch him. That's about it.
No discussion?
To be honest.
The report was, and this is legit, the report was that the three of you met to discuss whether or not Virat Kohli will walk out to open the batting with Rohit. It's fake news.
In today's day and age, unless you hear it from either myself or Rahul himself or Ajit himself or someone from BCCI coming and talking in front of the camera, everything is fake.
Whoa! There you had it.
You just heard it from you.
That's what I'm saying. Hold on a minute. Everyone, I am taking Rohit's word for that. Every time I see one of those update pages post, this is the likely scenario, this is going to happen, this is what they're discussing. You've heard it here first. None of that bullshit is happening. It's not going on at all, unless Rohit Sharma's playing a little few games with us, which he could be. He could playing a few games, but midst of an IPL season, they're probably not coming together to discuss something in 2 months. I believe they'll probably discuss the full 11 and deep intricacies of the team just before they end up going to the West Indies and the USA, I would assume, is probably the right time. Maybe?
There is a fair bit of speculation going around. There's something we had happen last week, and I've got a question for Vorney, because this has been around. I don't know if you saw the episode, but Mrs. Vaughan was doing a lot of printing during the show, and it ruined the whole audio.
No!
And it turned out Vorney's going on holiday to Prague, and people are guessing who the third... It was for 3 adults for 5 nights, and someone has sent in... it was from Lacuna Dark. Is it Michael Atherton? And then Josh Hodgson thinks it's Wasim Jaffer.
Wasim Jaffer?
You're going to Prague with over in August.
Punjab Kings legend.
It's my daughter who's not an adult. I hate to really be the bearer of bad news. I know everyone wanted it to be another
party,
another woman, or just to kind of spice up the marriage. That is not the case. We'll be 14-year-old daughter. We're going to watch some ballet.
There you go. Okay.
I didn't know I was going to watch ballet.
He thought holiday to Prague. Oh, come.
I will leave that one with you. I'm going to watch some ballet in Prague.
Interesting, mate.
Bit of culture.
I didn't get to jump in with the Impact subs, but I think I love them because the best one ever was by Vorney, Gary Pratt in 2005 at Trent Bridge. So well done.
Oh, was that back in the day when you could take players on and off? The fielding? Yeah.
Right, obviously, every game, every night, everyone's speculating on which Indian's going to get a boarding pass out to the Caribbean. The keeper batsman role is, to an extent, up for grabs. Amazing amount of young keeper batsmen at your disposal to pick from. And I reckon the 2 standouts, 2 really youngsters who are shining, who I reckon they're both going to have a big future.
Sanju,
when they grow up and get a bit
Rishabh,
older, mature. Dinesh Karthik and MSD.
Oh, of course. No. Forget about them.
They're going to be great players when they grow up.
Definitely.
I was quite impressed. Especially with Dinesh, the way he batted a couple of nights back. And Dhoni as well. I mean, look, he came to play 4 balls, made a huge impact, got those 22 runs, and that was eventually the difference in the end.
Does it every game.
And look, it'll be hard to convince MSD for sure. Come to West Indies, I guess.
Please.
He's sick and tired. He's coming to US though to do something else, but he's into golf now, so he's coming to play golf, I guess.
Hold on a minute.
Yeah, and then
sneaky inclusion.
DK will be easy to convince, I guess.
Yeah, no, that'll be easy. He'll be
tried that out. You tried that on the field, didn't you?
commentating.
A couple of words into him.
Yeah. I was just trying to put some pressure on him. But yeah, eventually the game against SRH, he went and spoke somewhere, I guess, and he said some captain was asking me if I'm ready for the World Cup. This is the answer from me.
Yeah, DK. Okay, let's get him in.
As captain, obviously, you're in a powerful position. I remember I was England Test captain back in 2006-07.
All right, buddy.
And we were going to New Zealand, and I took Colonel Mustard, Phil Mustard, as the reserve wicketkeeper, just purely because he was a good laugh. You know, I wanted someone on tour who would make me laugh.
Yeah.
And are there any players that you'll be taking to the T20 World Cup that would just be purely there for a bit of the entertainment factor?
Rinku, gotta be.
I mean, look, all these guys are quite crazy, to be honest. Yeah. I mean, look, if
He's not allowed to say.
Laugh is Rishabh Pant.
Yeah, Rishabh. That's what we like to hear.
One crazy guy, we all know. I've got, I've been watching him since he was a kid, and yeah, I was quite disappointed for him when he missed a year and a half because of that incident. And I'm glad that he's back on the field. But yeah, he's quite witty. You know that. The kind of stuff he does behind the stumps will obviously make you laugh, and he's got his own way of doing it, which is what I like about him. Even when he was going through this patch, when he was injured, when he was not playing, he was still at his best. So, in a way, when I actually want to laugh, I call him, and there is something that he says, and we all laugh about it.
Well, obviously I'm not Ajit Kagarkar and Rahul Dravid and Gilly's not, but we've actually bought Rishabh's plane ticket to the T20 World Cup for him.
Yeah.
So he will be playing in your team. We've decided, me and Gilly have decided that. So he's playing, if you don't mind.
Correct. Yeah, we're paying his
Anyone
way.
who comes on this show gets in the squad. Is actually
We're having him. We like him.
Now, Rohit, if you don't mind, if it's okay, can we look forward a touch? Because obviously you guys are coming to Australia this summer.
Woo!
Very excited to have
Let's
you
go.
coming out here to play. And you said on Breakfast with Champions that the MCG is what did you said it was the most sort of, how did you describe the MCG? It was the most difficult place to play, and that the Aussies are the worst sledges. The crowd and the people, and
If it was in the news, it must have been true. If it was in the news, it must have been true.
Come on now. We heard it. We heard it on the episode.
MCG, yes. I said MCG is the most daunting place to play.
daunting.
Purely because of, people around the stadium, or in the stadium, rather. Sometimes it can get crazy. Like when we played Pakistan there year before last.
Well, that was
That was
crazy.
the best time because
Yeah.
I thought, 80% of the crowd was Indians. And we had about 95,000 on that day, which is as good as a Boxing Day. Day one, Boxing Day, 95,000 to 100,000. But yeah, we played a Boxing Day test match. I played one Boxing Day test match in 2018. And we won that test match actually.
Boy, had to remember
Though
us.
we won, it was quite daunting. be honest. I remember Pat Cummins and Nathan Lyon. They were batting at the end. They had a partnership of more than 100 runs, and ironically, that was the day I was supposed to travel to India for my daughter's birth on that night. But Pat Cummins and Nathan Lyon denied that flight because they hung in there and they batted the whole day, and then I had to come next day morning and we had to get them out. And then once we won the test match, I was straight to the airport from the ground itself, and then I went back home.
Damn, that's an experience.
So you didn't miss the birth of your daughter because they were batting over because you couldn't get them out, did you?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
The hide, the rudeness. You should have told us.
Pat Cummins is the nicest cricketer in the world.
Hold on a minute. He missed the birth of his daughter to finish off the job. That is the captain of any country that you would want right there. He says, hold on, darling, I promise I'll be there soon. Good luck, but the boys are here on day 4, day 5. We need to get the Aussies out. And she said, look, I understand. We priorities, and that's fair enough. All right, nice one, Hitman. That's crazy.
Until that 5th day in the morning, then I had to tell the coach that I had to leave. I was anyway supposed to go after that test match because the date was 2nd Jan, but my daughter decided to come out a couple of days before, so we decided that okay, fine, no problem. I'll play the test match because at that point I didn't want to miss any single test matches. I wanted to play as much as I could, and then when I went back, I had to miss the last test. I didn't play the 4th test match, the New Year's test match. I didn't play that because obviously I went there, and then to get back to Australia within 2-3 days is not possible.
Absolutely. Yeah. Maybe your daughter wanted to see them bat. Maybe that's why she came early. She wanted to see the great Nathan Lyon at the crease.
Yep. The night watchman.
Hey, Ro, you mentioned obviously India-Pakistan playing at the MCG in front of 95,000. Where do you sit? I mean, I personally, Test cricket has gone through a period where it's been exciting the last couple of years. I think the Test Championship has really helped that. But for me, what would help Test cricket hugely if we could get India playing Pakistan on a regular basis. And if that means it can't be played in your home countries because there's too many politics involved, hosting it in the UK, hosting it in Abu Dhabi, Dubai.
Australia.
I just think for the Test game, to see India playing Pakistan on a regular basis, that'd be fantastic.
Bro, hold on a minute. Michael Vaughan, come on, man. There's no way you're saying let's play it in the UK or Abu Dhabi. My brother, do you forget that Australia exists? Do you think there's going to be a crowd in Abu Dhabi? Bring it to the MCG. Take it to England. There will be fans. Take it to the UAE. It's going to be an absolute slow shit fest that no one wants to watch. So if it ever happens, get it in Australia. Get it in England. Honestly, get it in New Zealand. If you have to be cheeky about it, get it to New Zealand. Get it to the Netherlands, Iceland, anywhere. Let's see it.
Or at the MCG.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Gilly.
Yeah, wherever.
Thank you, Gilly.
Seriously.
I know. I totally believe that. They're a good team. They've got superb bowling lineup. So I think it'll be a good contest, especially if you play in overseas conditions.
Yeah, exactly. Imagine that.
But yeah, the last Test match was played between India and Pakistan was way back in, I think, 2005? 2006.
Oof.
2006 or 8.
Oh, 8, okay.
Where Wasim Jafar, I think, got double 100, I think, in one of the...
Did he? Got that money. Good on him, Wasim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it'll be nice.
Can you look that up for it? Oh, you're good on dates, mate. See if you can find out when the last test between India and Pakistan was.
Would you like to see that come together? I know there's a lot of politics, Rohit, but would you like to see it as an Indian Test captain, the regular series between Pakistan?
Yeah, I would love to.
Is that it?
At the end of the day, we want to be in contest, and I
The
think
biggest
it'll be a
games.
great contest within the two sides. We anyway play them in ICC trophies.
Yeah.
So so it doesn't really matter. It's just pure cricket that I'm looking at. I'm not interested in anything else. It's pure cricket game between bat and ball. It'll be a great contest. So why not?
I've got it here. You're at 2007 Pakistan Tour of India. First test, India won by 6 wickets. Second test, 616 for 5, declared Wasim Jaffer 202.
Woo!
100 for Ganguly and Laxman.
Damn!
But it was actually just a draw in the second test and a draw in the third test. India, Sourav Ganguly double ton again for 626 they got. So 1-0 win in that series. I remember one question I've got from that. I remember at the MCG, the celebrations. I think it was like 1.8 kilometres. The roar was heard, which is one of the furthest from a cricket ground. When the win happened,
Bro, I heard it from my house.
Great fans and crowds. Something very rare happened this year. It was your first home game at the Wankhede. A fan gave you an enormous scare as he came basically to give you a hug. What did he say to you during that game against Rajasthan?
That was funny.
No, I just said I'm a big fan. I want a hug. I said, you take a hug, but please don't do that. Otherwise, you'll be in trouble. I was actually trying to set up the field. I was standing in the steps and was just trying to move some of these guys. And then suddenly Tim David, who was standing right across at mid-off, was pointing that there's something happening behind you, someone's coming behind you. I was not able to understand what he was trying to say. But then this guy suddenly just stood up next to me, and I was a little scared.
Fair enough too.
Yeah. You see it happen in America with Messi. Fans were on the pitch. Just on a bit of football, Rona, you're a big football fan. Who's going to win the Premier League? And do you think Sheffield Wednesday will survive relegation in the Championship?
Ooh, Chef Wednesday.
I don't think so.
No, they're going down.
I'm a Real Madrid fan.
Yes.
Real Madrid.
But I do watch Premier League a lot. In fact, I was I had the opportunity to go to some of these games while we were in UK as well. But I'm a Real Madrid fan.
What about Premier League?
Watched the Champions League game yesterday between PSG and Barcelona. It was one-sided affair, to be honest. But today, Real Madrid is playing City, so that's going to be another cracker.
Yeah.
It was.
Because you met David Beckham recently, didn't you? So you've met David Beckham, Ed Sheeran, and Michael Vaughan, 3 of the all-time great England superstars. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah, it must be mind-blowing.
Ro, just quickly, I know we've got to get moving. We don't want to hold you up too much longer. We've got a quick quiz to get into. But
A quiz?
one bit of advice. You came into a team that was chock full of, legendary cricketers, iconic cricketers. A bit of advice to a young cricketer trying to come into the cricketing landscape in this day and age. Doesn't need to be long, but what's the key ingredient for them to come in and give themselves the best chance?
Be yourself.
To keep it very simple, I think we've got a lot of young players in the squad. All I tell them is to be yourself.
Yo, okay. Hold on, Hitman. I promise you, I have not seen this, or I did not. That was totally unscripted. I think the man Rohit Sharma. We're on the same wavelength. I like it. Okay.
So many stars.
Just be yourself, man.
Try and emulate them.
The message for life in general.
Do what they do in terms of their behavior on and off the field, how they want to play. All I would say is just be yourself and see how they prepare themselves. Those are the things that you can learn from them. Because I mean, to be honest, when I was 20-year-old, when I came into the team, I couldn't be Sachin Tendulkar, I couldn't be Rahul Dravid, I couldn't be Adam Gilchrist, I couldn't be Michael Vaughan. It is as simple. Everyone has their own way of playing, everyone has their own set of style. But what you can look up to them is how they prepare, how they go about in what they want to do and achieve success. That is what they can look at rather than looking at
wanting to be them.
Okay, this is the shot I want to play. He plays that so well. I want to try and do that.
Yeah.
And while doing that, sometimes you can just get yourself into trouble. And I've done that myself. So it is coming from the personal experience.
Good one.
Right. Yes. What we like to do with our guests on this show is we do a little quiz based on their career. We're about to get to it with Ollie. I just had one last question. Your nickname, the Hitman.
Hitman?
Which Ravi Shastri gave you. As another person who's been given a nickname that, I didn't come up with it. Do you like the nickname, the Hitman?
Yeah, I kind of like it.
Yeah, come on.
Nice to have some name.
It's a lot better than the Professor. You're right.
Definitely gave that to himself.
The original Hitman, I don't want to be that Hitman because there was a lot of confusion. There was a lot of confusion when it all started to get into years of people around. And, people who don't play cricket, who don't understand cricket, they were actually taken aback, thinking what actually that means.
Bit concerned.
But then you have to actually explain them. It's actually in my name. The last 3 letters of my name is HID, and I'm a man. So
that does make much sense to me.
Getting requests to go and take people out, were you?
Yo.
yeah.
Go and join the knock.
Hold on.
Yes.
I think we know how he got captaincy, hey? A little bit of Hitman activities. Oh, no. That is funny, actually.
Very good. All right, hey, I'll get into this quiz.
Time for the quiz, boys.
Absolutely, yes. As mentioned, it's going to be about you, of course. Speaking of nicknames, I saw on the screen after we haven't mentioned Joss Butler's knock. The Butler did it, maybe one of the worst nicknames.
Yeah, no, it's
Butler is
terrible.
hardly glamorous in any way, but incredible knock for him. But let's get into the quiz. Question number 1.
Let's go.
What is higher? Is it Vaughan's Test and ODI wickets or Rohit's first class wickets? First question.
Ooh. I think Rohit first class.
And it'll be Vaughan's.
I'm going Vaughany.
No, I'm going Rohit.
No, I'm going to go Rose. I
Yeah.
reckon Rose back in the day. I reckon used to get a few row.
Yeah, me too.
Got an IPL hat trick.
That was my thought. That's what I thought.
Thanks to you for taking that catch.
Ooh, yes, sir. Taking the catch.
Reminding me that it's a hat trick.
Yeah.
Reminding me that's a hat trick. Because I had no idea because I came ball, the next over and it was the first ball. And I didn't remember that I took 2 wickets of my last over. And then we got a wicket of the first ball. So it wasn't a hat trick, but we celebrated like a normal wicket. But then I think it was yourself or Venu Gopal who told me it's a hat trick.
Yeah.
And then I just made a 20-meter sprint.
I think it was me that reminded you because I wanted to get some of the royalties from being involved in the dismissal from the memorabilia that you're going to sell about it. But,
My word.
I'm still waiting on that. But anyway, so who are you going with, Ro? Are you going Vaughany or yourself?
I think Vaughany, yeah.
Okay, Vaughany, you have 22 Test and ODI wickets. Rohit has 24.
Yeah, let's go. Come on.
There you go.
1 for 1. 1 for 1.
I went Row. It was nothing to do with actually the ball. I just thought Ollie would be being kind to our guest on the first.
Yeah, that was my thought as well, too.
Psychological aspects of how Ollie puts these quizzes together. But yeah, 1-0.
It's the same thing every week.
Okay, well, what is higher, Gilly's Test batting average or Rohit's?
Rohit. Oh, wait. Rohit. Ooh.
I looked at this earlier.
Early 40s for both. Early 40s.
Right.
I want to say.
Rohit's.
I'm going to say.
Why were you looking at Test batting averages?
I was just Googling things and I just saw it pop up.
I'm going to say.
Just what you do on a morning.
Gilly.
You know, when you-
Oh no! Hitman.
So-
Hitman.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
not happening on
Go and row it.
on Wednesday. I'm going to go row it.
Yeah, it's row it. I think early 40s.
No, I'm backing myself in.
I think Gillies was-
Sorry, Ro. I'm just...
39.
I think this is going to hurt me.
I think Hitman was 41. I think.
What are you going?
I'm going myself.
Yeah, come on. Back him in.
We have
Gilly is 45. I'm 46, I think. Let's see.
Gilly at 47.6.
Oh.
Rowan 45.46.
No! Hitman!
I thought you were 40 right at the start of 45 and Rohit was 45.6.
I'll let it know.
Three. What is higher? Rohit's ODI runs or Gilly and Varney's ODI runs combined?
Well, I've not added a lot to that, so how many did you get, Gilly?
I reckon I got about 9,500
Yeah, definitely.
and
Yeah.
something. So
It'll be them.
Maybe we might have got 10,000.
I think they, yeah. Yeah.
Maybe 9,000, yeah.
No, how many?
Sure. I got a couple, I think.
I'm going Rowan on this one. He's paid
Yeah, you've got
572
Does he have more than 10,000?
Okay, Gilly and Varney gone Rohit.
3,100s, haven't you, Ro?
I'm close to 11,000, I think. Just 300.
Oh, well, there you go. Of course he is. Yeah, no, it's definitely Rowie.
100s, I think I saw.
Yeah, it's Rowett.
4 double hundreds.
Damn.
3.
Not 3.
So, Rohit, are you saying yourself, or are you saying?
I'm not
Go on, don't be no time for humility. There's a
I'm
competition.
going Rohit. Rohit.
Yeah.
I'm going Rowett.
Rowett.
I'll go with the audience.
Rowett.
Okay, which is you as well. Well,
Yeah.
Rohit, 10,709. Gilly and Varney, 11,000
No!
points.
No chance.
Did you see that? I changed my answer when they started discussing. My first thought was, Gilly and Varney. Come on. Easily. They both had a lot of runs. Definitely Gilly carried. But surely. Man, this is why you back your gut, your first instinct. Usually the right one. That's a shame.
Without me, Gilly.
That's right. It's such a
Come on.
powerful feeling knowing that two of us have beaten one other bloke.
What it takes.
Varney
Without my
contributed
23 against Zimbabwe, we wouldn't have got that.
Ooh, 23. Okay.
19, nearly 2,000 from Varney there. And just one more here, we have got a tiebreaker, is what is higher? Rowett's T20 runs, that's not internationals, or Varney's balls faced in test matches,
What?
or Gilly's List A runs. So, Rowett's T20 runs, Varney's balls faced in tests, or Gilly's List A runs.
So Rohit's T20 runs, that basically runs from Mumbai.
Yeah. I'm going Rohit Sharma, T20 runs. Yeah. I think because that man has played that much IPL and just that much Mumbai Indians cricket where he was one of the best batsmen in the competition. I mean, Michael Vaughan was a great player of his time, let's be honest. He did have some pretty lengthy innings there, so he definitely would have faced, upwards of 200, 300 deliveries in an innings at times, but I think Rowett has, a lot of runs. So I'm going to say Hitman.
And T20 internationals.
And international.
No international.
No international. All right. So
Balls that I faced.
In test matches.
Oh, this is a good question. Gilly, what was Gilly's?
List A runs.
So
You played a lot back in the day.
Now, I don't think he batted...
Does it count international or no?
He said
List
no.
A.
No.
No, this list. I'm gonna go Gilly, I think.
List A is not internationals, is it? Oh.
No.
No, don't believe it's non-cricket.
Maybe not. Maybe you don't play many first-class games, do you, over there?
No, he didn't.
I
don't think
I'm
so.
gonna go Rohit's runs.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to go. I don't think any of the answers yet has been in Varney's favour. Not in the competition here, but in the
I'm
actual.
going. Yeah.
Rowett's changing.
Psychological answer. Are you getting to Ollie's head?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm sticking with Rohit.
Okay, so Varney's gone Rohit, Gilly's gone Varney. So Rohit.
I'm going Warney.
Varney. Okay.
And what's the score update here, Prof?
1 to Gilly, 1 to Varney. Rohit yet to get off the mark.
Well, we have. It was very, very close. We have Varney's balls faced, 11,184. We have Gilly's list day runs, 11,326.
Oh, Hitman, come on, Hitman.
And Rohit's T20 runs, 11,470.
Yes, let's go, Rohit.
Oh, it's a victory for England.
Let's go. Wait,
Another
it was Rohit, wasn't it?
Claim victories even when we lose 4.
Yeah, let's go, Varney. Come on, we got that. Nice.
Congratulations, Varney.
Makes me happy, makes me smile.
Kept you long enough. Gents, all that's left to do is the toast, unless anybody has anything else for the Indian cricket captain before he goes.
What I will do, I'll see if I can get this to come through
I can play it in post if not.
on the order. Let's see it and then we'll close it out.
Bro, can I show this? Oh, hold on, we're just gonna...
Remember that one, Ro?
Let's go. Let's go.
Gubbins do a great.
Keep going.
Go the Deccan.
The Deccan Chargers.
So there it is. Nostalgia there, but yeah.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie, that could be the best theme song. Like, we've heard some pretty good ones. I'm a big fan of the CSK one from early days, where I think they still might use it, where it says Whistle Podu, and the drums and that. That's one of my favourites, but that is an old school classic right there. You can hear like the guitar, the singing. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
A toast. Ooh. It's just a little tradition, Ro. My all our love of tequila, a little bit of when in India we got a spice.
Tabasco?
So a bit of Tabasco sauce in there, mate.
Yo, Tabasco in the drink?
Basically just plain and simple.
I didn't know.
Cheers to our guest
Okay,
today. The
cheers.
highest profile in cricket in the world as far as playing goes. You introduced him perfectly, Prof. Bro, all the best to you, rest of the IPL, the World T20, Australia. We look forward to seeing you down under, mate, when you get down there. And then, what'd you say, the 2031 World Cup? Is that where you're aiming for?
He'll be there.
Like whatever the case, mate. All the best, mate. Cheers to you.
My coffee.
Yes, thank you guys.
It's my coffee's cold.
Thank you, Ro.
Good luck. I always tip the Mumbai Indians, and I know you're slow starters, but it's coming good. Don't worry. You're coming up the rails.
Thank you.
Just a reminder, you can find us.
Hey, that is going to cap us off. Let's get a photo of the great Hitman Sharma here. I want to get it back on Hitman. Where is he? Where's Rohit? Oh my god, why can't I find a photo? Here we go. Hold on, that's the professor! Where is Rohit? Yes, there we go. All right, we can finally finish this one off with the beautiful man on screen. This was a great episode. I mean, like, I already knew that Rohit was just one of the boys, a chill guy who just loves his cricket, loves chilling out, having a laugh, just reminiscing, and he seems like just a rock solid dude, doesn't he? Just someone you'd want to have a beer with, to be honest. But hey, that will cap us off. If there's any other recommendations that I should react to, let me know. Comment down below. The Club Prairie podcast, original link in the description. Shout out to them. I know they've got a few episodes, one with Verinder Suwag from a few days ago. So if you'd like to see me react to that, I will do that happily. And I'll see everyone in the next one.